I received the following letter. For a long time, I've been looking for a guy I could enjoy an open, honest relationship with. I thought I'd found one in Philip, but after dating him for about 2 months, I smelled alcohol on his breath one day and asked him if he'd been drinking. He said no, but when I pushed him hard about it, he admitted that he'd had like 1 drink. But he said he couldn't believe I was making such a big deal about it. Now Philip is saying, how can we have a relationship since I don't trust him? And frankly, why should I trust him if he's going to lie about stuff like this? Any suggestions? End quote. Never settle for anything less than real love in a relationship. Anything less, no matter how exciting it might seem in the moment, will eventually reveal itself to be shallow and unsatisfying. And then you'll be so sorry that you allowed yourself to fall for a counterfeit of the real thing. It's especially easy to be deceived by the many forms of imitation love when almost everyone around you is hopelessly seduced by them. You want a relationship where your partner is either capable of being honest about himself or is diligently working toward that ability. You also want a man who is determined to learn how to love you and others unconditionally. It sounds like Philip has been honest with you about many things, or you wouldn't have described him as a man you could enjoy an open, honest relationship with. But then one day, when you aggressively confronted him about a behavior you didn't approve of, his drinking, he became afraid that you wouldn't accept him, and he reacted by lying. That's almost always why we lie, to keep other people from withdrawing their approval. And it's quite understandable that we learned that behavior. After all, look at the thousands of times people did withdraw their affection from us on the occasions when they saw our mistakes and flaws. So instead of harshly judging Philip for this lie, just see it for what it was: his attempt to minimize the withdrawal of your precious affection for him. Now, although lying certainly isn't a desirable quality in a partner, don't make this one event into a crisis. Just recognize that lying is a natural getting and protecting behavior. But talk to Philip about it. Tell him you understand completely why he would have protected himself in that situation, and share with him sometimes that you have lied to protect yourself. Who hasn't? As you do that, it's likely that he'll become increasingly honest with you. You might watch, though, for his ability to say that he understands that he now gets why his lying would be such a big deal to you. If he can't understand that, that could be a problem. He needs to understand why it would bother you that he lied to you. Then continue to observe his behavior. Watch and learn. Remember that as we become frightened, we all tend to modify the absolute truth about ourselves from time to time with exaggerations, excuses, and outright lies. Allow him to be human, but at the same time, assess the general direction of his truth-telling. Watch how he's learning and growing. Despite occasional lapses of lying and hiding, does he demonstrate a genuine interest in learning how to be honest about himself and accepting toward you? If his overall pattern is one of moving toward being honest and loving, the relationship might well be worth pursuing. If he doesn't consistently move toward greater honesty, you do not want to pursue this relationship.